All right.
I had no credibility.
It's not changed the volume, Randy. Dudes,
Hi.
we're back.
Hello.
Conspiracy Randy podcast.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Easter Monday.
It is Monday.
It is Monday.
We bought that podcast life. I don't fucking pay much attention to that.
You don't really have to when
No.
you don't do anything. Every day is hump day if
Yeah.
you care enough. Or hump.
Every day is hump day if you hump
You
enough,
just gotta
bro.
try.
Well, I think we might as well address the elephant in the room. We made some pretty bold statements last week, apparently.
Who's this wee shit? I guess I agreed with you, but I do that like
You kind of have to do that by
habit.
default. You're not in a position because, one, I didn't think out my statement, so I'm not in a position to defend it. Are you in a position to argue with me? All I'm gonna do is
Never.
all I'm gonna do is be like fucking a total prick for no reason and get defensive. So, guys, I made a statement last week that I'm still gonna stand behind. If you're gonna have a bass player as the lead singer of your band's gonna probably suck. Now, people proved me right by coming in and naming basically the only two that I gave a shit about were like two of the best bass players of all time. And be like, well, Rush is good and Primus is good. I'm like, great. So you're saying if you want to start this band, those are the only two. There's one more exception, which I'll talk about later. But like Rush and Primus like are pretty good bands.
Yeah.
Bass player led, right? Bass
Yeah.
player, lead singer. That's it, dude. So like, are you Geddy Lee? This is the move. Like I said, it's a formula to have a pretty fucking whack band, unless you got the best fucking mind blowing bass player of all time, like Les Claypool.
Do you notice that these individuals also have very distinct voices too?
Yeah.
So they need an extra thing beyond,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
well, I'm a pretty much, but you can say that Les Claypool is a virtuoso. I think that's a fair
I
assessment.
don't think
with the
anyone would
bass.
argue with that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So Geddy Lee, I mean, I don't think it's anything mind blowing, really.
I'm gonna double down.
Band,
I'm gonna double down on this thing. I still think Rush sucks.
I mean, I can listen to a few
when-
songs.
Really, you ever get in your car? Be honest, guys. Do you ever get in your car like, oh, you know what I want to hear is Rush? You don't. You're never gonna be like, I want to jam. Rush comes on. You're like, I don't hate that as much as some of this
Yeah.
other shit. Dude.
Okay. So you got to be listening to the radio to begin with.
Dude, I took guitar lessons from a guy. I taught myself for, I don't know, 3 years or so. And I took guitar lessons from a guy for like 6 months, and then he died, right?
That's Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so but he was a huge Rush fan, dude, like huge. And he would always tell me, so I even tried. Rush is like Kings of Leon to me. Bunches of people told me they're fucking good, and I listened to it. I was like, I don't understand why anybody likes this.
Kings of Leon.
For real, Kings of Leon fucking sucks. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you should really like this. What about me makes you think that that's something I would like? This like pointless, soulless commercial fucking, but it's kind of folksy and alt, but it's fucking pointless and says nothing. Fuck Kings of Leon. I'm ready to double down. Fuck it. These are the hard lines in the sand shit that you're going to get. This is a heavy hitting podcast.
I suppose.
We don't fuck around.
do
We're trying to
say
make a
things that
difference.
people don't like. Yeah. Okay, so who was your other one then?
Thin Lizzy.
Phil,
Thin Lizzy
Phil
fucking
Lynott.
rocks. Yeah, Thin Lizzy fucking rocks.
You know,
and that's a formula, by the way, that I don't think you're gonna get unless you have a black Irishman playing bass, singing in a band like that. That's the move. That is that part. The fact that he's the bass player, that he has that swagger, that's what makes Thin Lizzy work.
That guy was Gonzo to begin. Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. Did you like hear that story? I think it was like on the behind the music of those guys. Like he was like he like fucked like all the time, like all the time.
This guy fucks.
Yeah. So like one time gave like this other guy in a band like some like he dosed him with heroin or something like that, and he passed out. And then he fucked his old lady, and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, have some of this, mate."
The boys are back in town.
You have to fuck me and my
Go to
mates.
sleep.
Real okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
What were some other ones? People said the
Like,
police.
The police suck. Who's defending the police?
I
here?
think Sting is overrated. I mean, there's a whole song where they're like, do, da. Like that's
dude.
a fucking
Or
song,
literally,
dude.
we're gonna sing the words "message in a bottle" 75 times.
do
Fucking
say
dude,
that
that is like 7 minutes of that song.
Yeah.
There's nothing to any of their music.
Yeah.
Fuck the police.
Man.
The band. I'm a big fan of law enforcement. but fuck the police, the band. Dude, that would be the funniest shirt. Like get like a blue stripe, you know what I mean? Like a blue stripe American flag, like the thin blue line, but have it say "fuck the police" and then just be like, "But the band."
The band. Yeah. Looking at you, Sting.
Looking at you.
Damn.
We might have some. Do you think we could get away with that merch? Oh. How about this? We don't do the flag. We just do a hard blue line, and it says "fuck the police," the band.
Have the band be like very small font.
I think we're gonna try it next time I get some sort of sticker sale.
That's pushing an envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
How about this? A picture of the band, the police, and then we say "fuck the police" on a patch for our hats.
I think the other one's a little bit more hard biting. I do like where you're going with it, but yeah, I don't know. I like the first version. As much as it makes me go,
we can do both.
Okay. I think we should.
I think we should.
Oh. My band though, and I didn't say it last time because I know you were just gonna like tear it apart. Was Typo Negative.
Yeah,
those are my guys.
Also, so here's
due to the third.
This is the formula with bands. I think that like if you're gonna have a bass player be the lead singer of your band, the only way you're gonna make it is you got to be like super weird and way out there in space. Typo Negatives way the fuck out into their space.
He was like as huge as
Primus,
you were.
Primus doesn't fucking exist in anything like that. That is insane, and that is purely because you got to be the most mad fucking genius to make a bass player be your good.
Jerking off two invisible dicks. Okay.
But so that's my formula, and that the reason I gave Thin Lizzy the credit is because it's not like it's jaw-dropping bass stuff. But it's good fucking songs that people like. You know what I mean? Those are jams.
It's some
I'm not gonna.
That's what I call rock.
Like Primus has some shit that I fucking like. I love Les. I mean, I've worshipped Les Claypool for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not like in love with a lot of their songs that I just want to fucking groove to. It's weird. I respect that it's weird and I love it, but...
You kids want to listen to Winona's Big Brown Beaver? Let's go to school. Yeah, dude. What was that side project that we listed?
Les Claypool's Flying Frog Brigade.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Colonel Claypool's Les Flying Frog Brigade at times, but that is awesome. Their Purple Onion album
That's what I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. Purple Onion. We listened to that in our drug room.
You take a heavy dose of mushrooms and just fucking settle in with that album. It's weird as fuck. There's a whole bit where it's like, I'm David McAllister, your 10 o'clock newscaster. And then it gets dark at the end. It's like, David McAllister, your 10 o'clock newscaster. And it's fucking creepy, weird. Dude. It's like circus music. I love it. When you listen to it, it is this like madness display of fucking art. And that's what that is. But for real, like you want to start a band, you want to use that formula. Which role are you going to fill, bass player?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be the Les Clay. Okay, cool. Let's see how that goes. But unless you are, your band's probably going to be trash.
Yeah, you got to be weird. Got to get weird with it.
Now, I think my boy Valley in Austria, he said, what about Motorhead? And I was like, yeah, I don't have to like Motorhead just because Lemmy was a good rock star and they wore black shirts. I don't like their music. I don't, and I never have.
I love his jorts.
I mean, you know what I mean? He's a good rock star. He's a cartoon.
Oh, totally.
But I don't like Motorhead. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend to.
I liked Lemmy more because of his lifestyle and the shit he did. I mean, like Ace of Spades, of course. Everybody's like, but can you name any other songs besides Ace of Spades?
What's the one? We're coming to play the game. The fucking Triple H's entrance music.
Oh, that's a Motorhead song.
Oh yeah. The game.
I haven't watched wrestling, man. Yeah, no, I don't remember that shit. Huh. Well, so there's 2 Motorhead songs. So that's about it. I don't fucking know. Name a third one then.
So I went on a trip this weekend.
Okay.
And I want to give some advice to people out there. If you ever come across an unreasonably large human being, don't do what this guy did. We're at an arcade. It's like a grown-up arcade. The kids can be there till like 10, but they serve beer. It's a super sweet spot. So we're out there checking this out and having drinks, and some guy comes walking past me, and I'm actually pretty sure this guy was sober. And he's about your size, so small. He stops me and says, "What's your max?" And I know what he's getting at, but I'm like, kind of trying to not play this game. I'm like, "Max what?" "Bench." It's like as though that's like the only exercise that I do, or like the fact that it's even something that I do that often, or whatever. And I was like, not gonna fucking blast the dude. I was just like, about 465, 470. I think it's the most I've ever done. And he then goes, "Well, there's this guy I know down on the res who he benched 700 pounds. And he's like, gonna try to, and is like, And then I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I just walked away because, like, no, you don't know a guy that could do that. Do you have any idea? I get this shit all the time. Somebody like thinks they knew somebody in high school who could bench press 500 pounds, and I'm like, I kind of doubt even that. And this shit, dude, don't ever do that. So let's break down what this guy did. He came up to the biggest person in the place and walked up there, asked him how much he bench pressed, so that he could tell him that he knows somebody who could bench press more than that. What the fuck is wrong with people?
What was the end game?
That I was going to respect him because he knows a guy who's stronger than me? I don't even care. I also never been a power lifter.
Was he trying to like goad you into some shit? You think? Like,
No,
oh yeah, bring
no, I
his
know.
ass here.
The next step was like this is the best part. Then his next question is, as I'm trying to walk away, is like, you don't do any of that juice stuff, do you? And I'm like,
juice.
Yeah, yeah. You don't mess with the Jews, do you? No.
Sorry. That's what I thought. I was like, wow, racist too.
Yeah. And so, but the thing is, like, the ball's on somebody to come up. Why in the world would that be anyone's fucking business anyways? People think because they ask somebody that they are owed an honest answer too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what a fucking prick.
About 1 million billion.
And also, like, the fact that he probably weighs 165 pounds soaking wet and can't fucking lift his own ass out of fucking bed in the morning. Like, this is his way of being like, oh, well, if you're on steroids, that's the only difference between me and you. And I was like, motherfucker. Yeah, so I literally just laughed and fucking walked away from him. It's like, get the fuck, dude.
Smart.
Now, this is what life is like everywhere all the time for me.
You poor thing. Normally, like,
no,
but that guy was my size.
Sucks. My only way
I
to
would just keep walking. I'd be like, look at how fucking big that guy is in my head, and be like, I'm gonna go sit down and play Pac-Man.
Yeah. I don't get it.
What were you playing there?
All sorts of shit. All right, we gotta.
Were you doing like a punching game too?
No, I didn't do that. There was one there. I don't do that. I did that one place in Austria, and like a crowd gathers and shit. And so I try not to do that.
A montage starts.
Yeah.
You got to punch the rest of the field.
It's also like a recipe for me to really give it my all. I got really long. For me to totally follow through.
Just a haymaker.
Like, I'm gonna break my fucking hand into that machine 9 times out of 10. Especially if I'm not sober. If I'm not sober, Jesus.
I am no longer welcome at Dave & Buster's. I got escorted out.
Apparently you don't punch people to see how hard you punch.
Who's next?
What do you think? Was that about 8:20? 8:30?
Just lining up dudes like me. Like,
bring me some more dorks.
There's that one that fucking said that. Come here. That's great.
Line up all these nerds. Here we go.
We're going to punch some nerds. Whack a nerd.
Yeah. It was wild. It was wild.
What'd you play?
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna talk about this thing. There was a fucking air hockey game. And if anyone knows the name, please let me know. Standard air hockey, right? You think, little wider table, 2 versus 2. There's a big plexiglass divider between the two halves, and it's like walled up with fences, right? And it spits out slightly bigger, slightly heavier pucks, and boom. Those are worth like 3 points or whatever. And then every once in a while on a timer or something, it dumps out like 15 smaller pucks. And it's just total fucking madness. Does that a couple times through. And then the last time it dumps like twice as much. So there's like 80 fucking pucks flying around in this thing at the end. Yeah. And they have like your little like, whatever, puck beater, the old puck beater stick that you have on your hand. They have this thing like completely wrapped in like, it goes all the way up over your knuckles. Because when it goes crazy like that with 2 people, I was like smashing my son's hands all the time going after that stuff. Like, I bet they learned those lessons the hard way when they made that thing. Like, first we need a cage 3 feet high around it. And then like they put the divider between the two. I was like, because we kept hitting each other in the face.
And then the bloody knuckles
and then
happened.
Like 15 broken hands later. It's like, fuck me. But I want that so bad.
They persevered.
Dude, I was, fuck.
Other companies have been like, you know what, this is a horrible idea.
This is a bad idea.
They just keep on adding shit. Like, fuck, this game's happening. How many pucks you want to drop? Fucking 20, dude.
Yeah.
Brought you by weed. Then all the pucks drop at once.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fucking wild. It's like the most intense shit. You're like sweating when you're done. It was pretty cool.
Can you get like hard alcohol there? Like, can you do
shots? Yeah, it's a full bar.
Shit?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do fucking
Then
shots.
about 10 o'clock, they kick the kids out and the lights go dim and it's...
Do you suppose there's a bunch of kids just hanging out in cars for a little bit afterwards? Yeah. Like, we'll be right out.
Yeah.
Dad? You're just playing DDR in there like... The kids are in the car. Oh, I've never done that. They have those fucking signs. Like when you walk into Walmart, did you leave your kid in the car? Just like, holy butts.
You should put that like
you should not be having children.
The video lottery casinos here.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I do.
Can he come in?
Maybe turn around and give them your phone.
That's a thing I forgot here that has probably been played out a lot on movies and stuff. But like the babies in a bar, that's a thing here.
I remember back in the day, like during karaoke, somebody fucking brought a kid in like the car seat thing, sat him at the table, and they're like, "Let's do this. Give me a karaoke book." Yeah. Like, you should go home.
This is not.
It's like 10:30. Karaoke. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the worst when like kids like are in fucking movies they shouldn't be in. And I'm all for like, hey, if you want to show your kid this, show your kid this. But like, if your child is like one,
brought your kid to, you brought like a 2-year-old to 50 Shades Grey.
Yeah. I mean, I myself did not see that one, but yeah. It's like fucking. I think it's like Pirates of the Caribbean or some shit. Like they just had to watch Johnny Depp, and this kid the entire time is just like, hey, like can't even form words. I'm like, why?
Yeah, your kid's not gonna get this. Just get a babysitter.
That's what they make DVDs for. Ugh. Or the Blu-rays. I don't fucking know.
Birth control.
Technologies. Get some Plan B. If that DVD.
Why is Plan B not Plan A? What are we talking about here?
Everybody's Plan A. .1. Fucking little bastards.
Yeah.
Children are the worst.
They are pretty awful. Mine are fantastic, but everyone else's.
All weekend, like my daughter's boyfriend is in town. So I'm just like, you guys need to, create some space when you're hanging out. Like, we get it that you like each other.
Yeah, go like each other, not here.
You can, like, sit on a chair next to each other and hold hands, but they're just, like, holding each other's fucking heads, whispering to each other as we're watching TV. I'm just sitting there scowling at them like, you guys suck.
Well, that's my favorite thing when people do this. I walk around and see this shit, and I was like, oh, well, those are things that people who get married and divorced within like 14 months do. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. That's my favorite thing is reading the divorces just to see the ones that are like painfully soon when they filed. Where you're like, man, 9 months. Like, even if you were both fucking other people, you didn't even try to be like, should we stop fucking other people? Like, you were just like, nah, never mind.
Gotta keep doing
Fuck it. Yeah.
I'm just so, and they're like,
I blame like romantic comedies and fucking country music love songs and
everything
shit for
on Netflix
stuff.
For people 14 and under.
Yeah, like that's not how this works.
Ever.
You don't both go to your jobs and come back home and get the housework done and raise the kids and cook dinner and shit and just
yeah.
Can I whisper in your ear? It's like, yeah, great. And then when she fucks something up, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You spent how much?
She's a fucking optimist because she watches me walk around grumpy all the fucking time. So maybe she's like, I need this, Dad. Don't screw this up for
me. Yeah. Cute couples are fucking dorks, dude. It sucks. It's just dumb. I don't like it.
I'm horrible at it.
Here's the dumbest thing I would always see is people, you get these young couples who don't understand that you're supposed to resent the person that you're with. They'd be like, in Europe, they'd be like riding bicycles next to each other in the street, holding hands while riding bicycles.
Ew.
Like in a place where that's what your transportation is. Like this is like an Uber Eats guy or e-bike might shoot behind you. Yeah. You got to stop at stoplights. Like there's bicycle traffic and lots. And you're like, let me just. I was like, you fucking pussy.
Ew.
Bike faster than her and make her stress herself out to keep up.
Did you ever see?
That's a man move, dude. That's how you fucking.
Where are you?
Let's fucking go. Let her know that most of this relationship is going to be me trying to make sure that you become better. Hurry the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
You want to grow with me, right?
We got a reservation for Christ's sake.
Did you ever see?
They're super cunty when you're late. I'm going to tell them it's your fault.
So I'm going to be cunty at you.
I'm going to tell them it's your fault.
Did you ever see any tandem bikes over there?
Not really. Some of them exist. Actually, there was one we could have bought for pretty cheap because they're just not practical.
Oh, fuck no.
Or you just get 2 bikes and go somewhere. Like, that's a cute thing that people who live in places were like, we're going to just go ride along a thing and then come back. Like, you're not going to go to the grocery store
Turning,
like that.
Not so much.
Plus you need like 2 baskets. You know what I mean? If you're going to get groceries, like, everybody's got to be able to haul the shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you have a festive Easter?
Fucking tandem bikes? Nah, dude.
I drove all the way across the state yesterday.
Yeah, no.
5 hours. Fuck it.
Given my beliefs and whatnot, I don't take much stock in it. I bought the children baskets because that's what Jesus wanted. Sorry, I had to get something in there.
It's like, no, my favorite like anti-Easter take though was the Family Guy bit. Where it's like, well, yeah, we got to celebrate that time Jesus died in the helicopter crash for our sins or whatever.
I don't remember
You don't remember
that one. No, I did see a clip of South Park, and I came to appreciate Stan a lot more. He's always questioning shit. Like, Stan's the conspiracy theorist out of the group. You know, he's like, why do we have to dye eggs? And, you know, like, of course, Randy's like, it's what Jesus would want. I fucking love Randy. Yeah. Yeah. No, we didn't even do that. We didn't do that.
Did you,
It was fucking later on.
Did you catch Godzilla versus Kong?
That I did watch. Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna do well, I think we're gonna do marginal spoilers. So there will be like a new bad guy introduced in the middle of the thing at some point. That's the part we'll reference, but we're not gonna talk about how the movie resolves in any way that's gonna ruin it. Also, like, there's no way, even if I told you exactly how it went, like, are you gonna be like, oh my god, that you ruined the big great twist in this? Fuck off. So spoilers if this movie's super important to you, but maybe you should have watched it on the internet for free like everybody else did this last week.
If you paid money to see it in the theaters, God bless you for keeping like the theaters going, I suppose. But you got duped, dude. Yeah. Like, fuck, I wouldn't have paid money for that shit.
I will say this: I've said this about lots of movies though nowadays, right? Major movies are in the tank. There's not going to be anything awesome for a while. We got to get past the point that we're going to see some great, tremendous, game-changing thing. Mm-hmm. For this to land on HBO Max, where I can watch it for nothing. Thanks, Zach. Don't tell anybody. Or like Netflix, for a movie that lands there, that's new, like, it's watchable. I enjoyed watching it.
If you're
the action is big, and they did the thing. Like, there was no shortage. It's the worst thing about some of those Godzilla and Kong movies is they put them in a detached environment. Or Godzilla's, you just see this big thing. You don't see him like destroying cities and shit. Mm-hmm. Whereas, dude, some of these action scenes are huge. Like, there's a fucking big fight scene in this huge city between Godzilla and King Kong that every single swing of a punch is just like, that's 9/11 dead, 2000 dead. Yeah. Like, just buildings falling. There's a point where like Kong gets up and like just like kind of trips and falls and just demolishes an entire building with his hand. Yeah, that's awesome. That was like, an old folks home. I'm watching this thing just going like 1,000 dead, 10,000 dead, like two.
Everybody dead.
They gotta never forget the shit out of that incident for sure. Holy shit! Could you imagine? And also, Godzilla has some nuclear shit too, so I'm guessing that's a problem if nukes aren't fake or whatever.
That's always been his thing, though. So I mean, like, everybody's just like, he's basically a walking nuclear reactor versus monkey. Yeah, but he's got. I mean, but then I saw
Kong figured out how to use weapons.
Like, where people
and make sign language, bro.
Godzilla doesn't. Yeah, that's. I mean, like.
So this is basically a giant person. We're like, and then we gave him a fucking giant gun. We gave him a King Kong gun.
Fuck you,
Harambe. Now the pieces that the boxes that it checked that I really liked was they go into the Hollow Earth stuff.
I figured you'd like that,
and they do it in a cool way. Yeah, I like it. I like the way they do it. It's funny if you look into some of Admiral Byrd's like the Hollow Earth things. And I think this one specifically is a North Pole thing. On that. So some people use Admiral Byrd stuff around the South Pole, in Antarctica to say, well, that's why the Earth is flat, right? That it may just be that there's more there than people thought. That might be the thing they were surprised still around. But he also has expeditions to the North Pole that I think that's the one where he says he kind of went over the thing and then went under, and there's like thousands of miles of like green, of like an area the size of the United States that's fully livable, and they kind of made it sound like it was under space, not like there's all this extra real estate, more like there's an opening and you get in there and then there's all the other shit. And they like really laid into that with they just leaned into that whole thing with the movie, and I really liked it a lot.
Like the science, like, and how they get there because the gravitational pull
I don't know
suddenly
anything.
Switches.
Yeah, so that's not how that would work, though, unless you're going all the way to the other side. That part I don't understand. But, hey, I'm not watching Godzilla versus Kong to be like, hey, man, we need better. Let's trust the science.
Like, if you go into this movie and be like, I can't believe that movie about a giant fucking monkey and a giant fucking Gila monster fighting was bad. Like, you need to go into it knowing what the fuck you're watching. Yeah. With that being said, I wanted to like it, but I wasn't. I'm like, everybody's hyped for it.
Yeah,
like, it's all over the internet. But I mean, like, I was just like, That Skarsgård guy, like, his acting was just fucking derpy.
Yeah. And fucking, what's her name? 11. It's kind of like,
right. I think the actors as a whole, like, her friend was the large kid from Deadpool 2.
Yeah. So they just wasted that character completely. Because that kid can do. Like, you could have had him check some funny marks. Him with her checking some funny marks would have been funny. Right. Clashing with the adults in some serious. Instead, their whole thing was just this weird. Bleh. But I tell you what, though, again, in 2021, that's a watchable movie, dude. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. You have a good. I mean, there's bits where they're throwing King Kong and Godzilla are throwing like fighter jets at each other, like paper airplanes. They're like,
eject, fucking eject.
Yeah, he just like picks it up off a fucking thing and just throws it. They're just throwing fighter airplanes at each other like they're paper airplanes. Which is what I've always wanted to see.
There's a callback to like the original Godzilla versus Kong movie where at one point Kong picks up a tree and shoves it down Godzilla's throat, like fucking take it. Like back then, oh man, it's super gay then, but it's less pronounced in this one. I think he's using his spoiler alert. Fucking like
acts of heterosexuality.
Right. That was like
this isn't gay, it's a heterosexual act.
It's so pointy.
Let me put it in your butt slow.
Let me put it in your butt slow.
So now I just wish Godzilla had opposable thumbs. That's all I could think this whole time. He had longer arms and opposable thumbs.
Right. He's got T-Rex arms, so that gives him a disadvantage.
Think of all I mean,
he's got that going for him. So are we going to talk about the villain at all?
Who is even the villain?
It's like the...
Oh, yeah, some random guy. He just showed up. I was like, you're the bad guy?
Like the actual...
Oh, Mecha Godzilla. Yeah. So it was just Robot Godzilla. I think you're talking about the guy that made
showed
him.
up in movies before. Yeah, so, I mean, like, everybody's like, but I don't know, dude. Like, how they whole fucking ripped off... Spoiler. The whole... like Pacific Rim like head thing, like,
but then it just went away right away, which was good. It's like, well, we don't got to worry about that.
That was fucking dumb. Yeah. They shouldn't even gone there. They should just been like, he's a robot, and that's it. And like, oh no, and now he's self-aware and he's fucking shit up. I do like how they handled like the water shit before. Yeah, because like that was something that always came up. Like, how can Godzilla stand when I don't know.
Wait, what was the solution?
Like some kind of deep, like his own propulsion or system or some fucking shit, or
fucking nuclear farts, bro.
That's something like that. I mean, he has God in his name, so maybe he can walk on water. You know, like Jesus.
And he just got sexy with the camera and it didn't work.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't like it. I did watch another movie though this weekend that I think you'd like. Okay. And everybody just it was one of those ones that just like nobody gave two fucks about. But it's Unhinged. Starring Russell Crowe, who has let himself
holy shit.
He could play Alex Jones in a movie, dude. He's just all over. It's this dude.
Are you not entertained?
I gotta go watch
the name is, what was it, Maximus?
Maximus Aurelius.
Listen,
Farticus.
They made the frogs gay and I just kind of let myself go. I've been drinking a lot since the lockdown. Come on.
Dude, like, he plays this guy that, like, he's going through this divorce, and he like, this lady fucking, like, cuts him off in traffic, or, like, honks at him aggressively, so he, like, pulls up next to her, and he's like, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm just having a bad day, you know, I apologize, you know, if you just apologize to me, we'll just move on and go from there, and the lady's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna show you what a bad day is, bitch, and he just fucks with her all day, just, like, does this aggressive shit, he fucking goes hard.
I like this already.
Hard. At one point, he meets up with one of their friends, not to give too much away, but he fucking just bashes the dude's face in with, like, a fucking coffee cup. Think, like, Walking Down, starring Michael Douglas.
Falling down.
Oh, walking down? Walk it down, Michael.
Walk it down, Big Mike.
It's getting really dark out. Shh. Yeah, no, falling down. But, like, he was less tactical and more just, like, blunt object. Yeah. Like blunt force shit. Oh, my God.
So fat Russell Crowe is a great bad guy.
He is, dude. Like, he's believable. He's like, he fucks shit up. Like, he knows where her kid goes to school and stuff. And you're like, don't do it, Russell. But you wanted to do it, too.
Yeah.
So check it out. I mean, it's like nothing mind-blowing, but again, they haven't been producing much, so you take what you can.
This is why I take movies that are fine. I was like, I don't know, Godzilla vs. Kong was fun. Watch it.
Yeah.
I've rewatched Kong Skull Island like twice since I moved back here.
I dug that movie. Like, I like Tom Hiddleston a lot.
Skip the first 35 minutes and fucking move on. But
did you rewatch the Godzilla movie with Bryan Cranston?
No.
That one I
didn't
need
like
to.
That.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like not a lot of, they like saved a lot of money on CGI. It was like, there's Godzilla's feet. We don't got to show him smashing a city.
They really Cloverfield that one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
more human drama than anything else. I got enough of that shit going on already. I don't need to.
So instead of solving problems in our own lives, let's complain about problems that make up problems that don't exist.
Good.
Let's talk conspiracy theories. What the fuck is going on, Andy?
I don't know. Which one now?
I don't know. What are you thinking? What pissed you off on the internet?
Oh God! What was?
Because everything is framed in this conspiracy narrative now. right? Everything is, right? So, like, anything you're going to read that's going to piss you off on the internet, you know to look at, be like, all right, there is something that is manipulating this narrative in a way to make me feel this way. Like, you know that there is a force behind that more than just that's what the internet is. I believe that almost all of the bullshit that we see currently that pisses us off on the internet is a part of some larger conspiracy to just agitate. Whether it's the algorithm or bad financial incentives, it doesn't matter. But a pissed off Andy is an easy Andy to predict. Or a scared Andy is an easy one to predict and coerce into buying things and keeping your attention, right?
Yeah. I've been
So how you been getting played on the internet?
I don't know, dude. Like, I've been whittling all my shit down. I did, like, that shit you showed me about the Twitter accounts that are the medical guys or whatever, and they've got the check marks.
Yeah. Twitter's been, like, verifying blue check mark people that have, like, all of a sudden just start posting, like, have never posted, have, like, 30 followers, and they're only, like, super left, like administration stuff, like Biden administrators and staff members, and they come on and start posting things about racial divide. What else was there? Like vaccination stuff, like dismissing vaccine conspiracies. Where do you get this blue check mark? You have 200 followers. Like, what the fuck?
Right. I thought it was a specific amount.
But that is there, and then they disappear. Like, they pull the picture down right away after that account starts getting some weird attention for that it might be fake. The picture gets pulled down because then obviously you're going to be able to look at some point. Somebody will be like, oh no, they used my picture. But there's a theory that, like, a lot of this stuff that you're seeing, like all of this, could be just bots. Literally, like an AI bot that can just sense how to string fucking words together to piss people off, and you can plant 1,000 of those, hundreds of thousands of those, just saturate it with it. And that Twitter is complicit in it by allowing it, facilitating it, giving them the verification, and then facilitating the views, making sure that it gets in front of people. It's crazy, but I do think that there's some of that that's going on. Whether it's bots, fake accounts, or fucking like click farms where there's just bunches of people getting paid to agitate in this way, or that it is just, you know, they just turn a fucking AI loose and just have it start churning out tweets. There was a thing I saw that was kind of scary. It was they turned an AI loose on a bunch of like different musicians. I think they did Amy Winehouse and Nirvana, somebody else, but the Nirvana one stuck out. They let it completely write a Nirvana song
based on all the content
that they had. Okay. And it fucking sounds like it, and it's pretty much fits. They could continue. It lacks the fire, you know what I mean. It lacks that thing, but it sounds like a Nirvana song that maybe like would have missed the cut, for sure. It's crazy, dude. And so they can do anything with this. You can just manufacture a bunch of tweets, put enough of it out there, make someone like me think that there's a lot of people out there that think that way, right? And make someone like you think like there's a lot of people out there thinking like we got to fucking whatever.
They say wear 9
whatever
masks
you don't
now.
like. These dorks say wear 9 masks. Like, yeah.
They got a check mark. We got to.
Yeah.
It's on
crazy
the news. Jesus.
I think we're all getting played. Really, really, really bad.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
And I never fucked with Twitter. So all I see is the trickle down now that just gets, because now Twitter is news. This was the thing we talked about before. Like Twitter feeds is news now, which is dumb.
I fucking hate news from any of the things.
It's like, this is trending. If this word is trending or this tweet is being mentioned on the fucking news, that is not news.
Yeah.
That's like social, that's just commenting on what other people are saying. Like, you're not even in front of it creating news.
Yeah.
You're just feeding one segment of it that you decide to fucking, you know, find controversy, talk about it, make everybody think that that is controversy, drive it forward, and keep doing it. It's this weird feedback loop, this self-fucking, it's like a snake sucking its own dick. No, I'm not that smart. You know the old saying, it's like a snake sucking it. You know that saying, it's like a snake sucking its own dick or whatever.
Round and round.
Yeah. Suck your dick round and round. We're going to take that dick down to the town.
With your little snake pee-pee.
With your little snake pee-pee.
Slithering this way and that. Fucking yeah, no, that shit's crazy. It's scary, especially with like older people, like when
who don't have any idea that there's that can they have. If you try to explain what like a click farm is, where they just validate bunches of likes and views and shit like this to push content forward, like there's people just getting paid $3 an hour to just manage dozens of accounts, and just like just give traffic to spaces that need the traffic, and then the algorithm amplifies it, puts it in front of you and I. And like, try to explain to your mom or my mom what that is. Like, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, they don't understand it, but those are the types of people above a certain age for sure, where you're as easily influenced by that as anybody.
Oh God. I'll be like making dinner and my mom will be like, there's a video where they're feeding this homeless man that has no food. And then later she'll be like, what's my social security number? I need, they say I can lower my insurance premiums. I'm like, get the fuck off the computer.
Yeah, this Nigerian prince really got a deal for me, honey.
I love you, Mom. Just fucking log the fuck out. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. We just bought a bridge.
Yeah. Nice. I bought a constellation and I named it after you and your brother.
It's a timeshare though, so we can't always see it.
And it had to be one word, so it's not as cool.
Wink. Comet Ross.
So I just gave it your brother's name, and but I like. So I hope you're not mad.
Andy. I never liked you anyway.
Oh, shit.
My mom loves me.
No, she doesn't.
I'll decide.
Yeah.
I want to go back to. I know we got off it. I want to go back to movie stuff.
Okay.
This weekend I rewatched Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
Directed by Zack Snyder.
Is that the one with Ving Rhames and shit? Okay, the mall.
Yes.
Yeah.
I introduced my daughter to it because she's into The Walking Dead right now. So I'm like, you need to watch this shit.
Yeah, because The Walking Dead will disappoint you after about
so
3
boring.
seasons.
Right. This is like compact. Yeah. Everything The Walking Dead gets right in a movie.
Yeah.
And it was also written by James Gunn. I didn't fucking
really?
forgot that. Yeah.
That's a good ass movie.
Another thing I remembered about that movie is that was the movie that introduced me, and I don't know if it was you as well, but to Richard Cheese. There's that whole scene where they do Down with the Sickness.
Yep.
And everybody's like, what the fuck is this shit? And we'd be listening to that at house parties, and we pirated. Welcome to Piracy, Randy.
Piracy, Randy.
Yar. We're coming for your MP3s.
Yeah.
We listened to all those jams like house parties. Like
Richard Cheese, I'm sure, I don't know if it's like does lounge singer covers of like pop songs and metal songs. And it's awesome.
So good. Awesome. But there's a whole, and I look over and I'm like, this is great. And they didn't know Down with the Sickness or Richard Cheese. So I was like, you fucking kids are awful.
Yeah, go away.
But then it played at the end, like Down with the Sickness, and then they like laughed even more. Like, what is this? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I used to like it though. I bought that CD.
Which one? The Disturbed one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear Disturbed now, and I'm like ashamed of this 1 year when I was like 15 when I bought it, when I like liked it. I was like, oh, it's cool.
Mm-hmm. You were Down with the Sickness.
But not it didn't last very long.
No, you're
it
cured.
Didn't last very long. Yeah. That sickness passes pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh God. No. When everybody and their fucking dog. That's another thing. Like on the internet. Like, do you remember that shit when they covered The Sound of Silence and everybody's like, "This is so fucking good." Ugh. And I was like, "Do you guys have ears?" Like, fuck you, dude. Like, and I'll go on record saying it. Like, I wasn't a fan of the Simon and Garfunkel one.
Yeah,
either.
let's be real. Like, yeah, did you
really like that one a lot?
But I tell you what, the Simon and Garfunkel Sound of Silence just really hit.
That cover fucking slaps, bro.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna slap
you.
There's
a whole type of person around this part of the world that I respect their right to exist, but kind of only barely, dude. There was a car.
That is so fucking bold,
dude. Fuck these people.
They must die.
Let me explain. Okay, there was this fucking hockey game getting out when we were going into this hotel where we were staying at. We're out of town and
party.
And they like share a parking lot with the convention center. So a fucking nightmare. So already I hate everyone in this parking lot. They're all drunk. They're all driving cars because that's what you do in this place. We're getting to a hockey game. Let's all drive home with our kids. You know.
Because it is where it is. Was there more trucks than anything else?
Oh,
was it like the F-150 fucking? And you're like, Jesus Christ, half you people can't drive normal shit.
But at least they can crash into something and probably survive because they're the biggest one.
Right.
That's the move. If you're gonna drive drunk, drive a big truck.
Sorry.
Better you than me. Get out of my way, you pussy.
I drive a Dodge Rando.
Dodge Rando.
When everybody else absolutely needs to get fucked.
Dodge Rando. Climbing way up your ass with this Rando.
All right, you're in a parking lot, you're angry.
Dodge Rando.
Bane loves them.
Dodge Rando. Nobody cared who I was until I drove over your ass.
Drove a Dodge Rando.
Up your ass. Dodge Rando.
Dodge Rando.
Like Bane's,
oh my God. Really
Bane's whole thing with like breaking into the football stadium and getting the microphone was like, I'd like to talk to you about Dodge's new Rando. It's like this super viral marketing scam. Like, hold the whole city hostage.
I also have a few songs on SoundCloud. If you'd give them a listen and like, maybe. No? Okay. Nobody wants to check out your SoundCloud.
It's Bane Daddy 420.
Okay. All right. Where are we?
By the way, Bane is the ultimate mumble rap fucking album, by the way, dude.
Fuck all the little bitches. Rap words.
Bane.
They call me Little Baney.
Mr. Wayne.
Oh my God. All right, we're going too far.
Wayne, come get this Bane.
We need to stop.
Mr. Wayne, Bane.
Master Bane.
Bring the pain.
That's Master Bane to you, bitches. Yeah. Gotham, my bitch.
So,
okay, all right, you're in a parking lot. You're roided out. You're not really.
Pee. Holy shit. Okay, so I didn't kill anybody, but there was a car full of people after I finally got parked.
Save the environment. Okay.
And this is a car full of people that are maybe 6 people, girls in the car, like women in the car too. Like, could you believe
Someone
this?
call the cops.
Yeah.
We got girls in a car.
Don't worry.
I think they might be driving.
Don't
too.
worry, they were not letting them drive. Trust me on that one. Otherwise, that's
I'm
what.
like the shittiest driver ever. I'm like, girl drivers, ew.
Yeah. So these people are singing along to what's that? I don't even remember that Nickelback song that like goes really fast, and it's like the song where like the dad catches the guy trying.
I like your pants down next to
No,
your
no,
pants.
it's like and I got a
Animals, I'm checking you off, and there's a bit of sauce, and you're dead. Oh my God, you got.
Yeah,
I know
that song, dude. It is fucking like it is a car full of people, loud as shit, windows down, just who love that song so much and know every fucking word. And it hurts me that those people exist, can vote, can have children, can own property. Like, I'm sorry, that's a disqualifier. Your judgment is so bad at that point. We're like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, guy who sings along to Nickelback with friends on purpose because they like it and not being ironic. That guy shouldn't be allowed to vote.
You know,
I'm sorry.
They were gonna go home and fuck. And
Probably
create more children.
That's what I meant when I said, "Do weird people fuck weird?" Like, how do those people fuck? That's gotta suck so much.
If you fucked
look at you, Nickelback. What the fuck? There's nothing there for you. Like,
baby, go put on the Nickelback. I'm fucking horny.
yeah, take off your bedazzled jeans that are 4 sizes too small, sweetheart. You know what I mean? Juicy, your juicy undies. Ugh. Get the fuck out of here. No fucking way. Dude, I'm standing outside this place, smoking a joint with the wife.
God.
Furious. That not that I have to hear the music, because I've already come to terms with it. Radio played that shit for a long like I'm good at ignoring that music. I am mad that these human beings exist. And kind of that they have the same rights as me. Like that's you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking. All right. Like, I'm just saying, this isn't about race or social class. This is about taste. For Christ's sake. That person's vote counts the same as yours. We already know they have bad judgment. That's done. We're done. Take that person when they vote and throw it in the garbage.
You just made like an evolutionary leap from music snob to
eugenics.
Like genocidist.
To eugenics?
They're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You should not be living.
Don't let them vote. No, but that is crazy that those people exist. And I'm fucking around. They're allowed to exist, but there's no way that I will ever be able to connect with that person on a human level.
See, I never know where you're gonna fucking land. Like, a part of me is gonna be like, he's gonna say something
He's
like,
gonna get
hating
real.
on Nickelback is not a very interesting take on it, Randy.
That is
also,
true.
these people should not live.
But the joke was not Nickelback. The joke was, I'm a piece of shit because I want these people to drive off the face of the earth. I think the joke at the end of this one is that I might be kind of a fucking monster, and I don't know.
Yeah, like you say, I'm contradictory, but sometimes you are too. So I'm smoking a joint, getting angry.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
it was on them. This was my private time, and that's what they were doing.
All right, I get that. Okay.
Come on. I navigated, by the way, like against the flow of traffic into a parking lot after a fucking hockey game, which try that sometime. Like try driving into a football stadium parking lot after the game gets out.
That's why I try to avoid events like that.
You'll be like, I need 200 hand grenades, please.
Why? Pretty soon, though, it'll just be like, look, it's Conspiracy Randy. Oh my God. Take me to the front.
Yeah, by the way, nobody stopped me because they noticed me from the podcast, even though we put out 2 videos. I guess we got a long ways to go.
I got recognized at the hospital when I took Mom in for her second shot.
Did you really?
But you know what for?
Your butthole?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
And it wasn't someone who hadn't seen you? Like, they heard about you?
Oh, no, they saw
Oh,
okay.
okay.
No, it wasn't like that.
That would have been awesome.
Like, I heard you the Randy with the hurt butthole? No, she's just like, I saw you on Monday. And I was just like, so this entire time, this lady's just envisioning my asshole as I'm like, just put this.
I just like project onto these. I just want to figure out which ones of those people called me to tell me to pick you up.
Oh.
Like, yeah. I want to find out who that person is. I want to talk to that lady. Like, come on. Like, you knew. Like, it was funny because we both were like, can we say something about his butthole? Like, all I wanted to say when they did, like, when she called was like, so are you guys finished? How did it go? Tearing him a new one.
Snip, snap.
You guys got to tear Andy a new one? Yeah,
welding helmet.
We welded it shut.
He's not gonna poop ever again. Yeah, no, she's like, oh, hi, how you doing? I'm like, fucking sore. Can we move on? Like, just take the old lady and give her 5G so my phone works better.
Is that what you think this is? They just give us all 5G?
I wish, but no, I don't think that's the case. It's a fun joke, but yeah, my phone works shitty.
Instagram posted a thing today that I posted on the Conspiracy Randy Instagram story. Did you see it?
What are they doing now?
It just says, all our phones are tied up.
Yeah,
capturing this beautiful images here, but what it was it says like, check out our COVID vaccine information center. And it was like this new alert that on everybody's thing, like it would be the first thing when you go to view your stories, will be this one from Instagram.
Kind of like what Facebook has been doing this entire time.
Yeah,
like
but it keeps getting more and more. It's not just everywhere. Now they're literally making posts that are the first thing you're going to see when you open your phone. And it says like, go to our information center. And it shows, of course, a racially diverse group of people, like a black guy with an earring with shoes that don't match. And then like there's like a fat person. There's a guy with a prosthetic leg.
It's like all of our friends, Casey's friends.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Scorch and Little Steve and Big Steve and Medium Steve.
Yeah. And Z-Dog and the Funky Bunch.
Homeless Dave's here. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All my friends.
Is that Carl the rapist in back?
Oh, he's by Cabbage Joe. Fuck those guys.
Those who they smell and do all the raping. I hate those two guys.
Schmitzy, get over here and take care of this. Bring Deltron.
But no, so it's this. There's a thing about, and you see it when you watch most advertising, is they gotta check all the boxes of diversity, right? And so this isn't even what my rant is about. But that's just the first thing I noticed. Like they literally tried to pick everything. There's like a black guy, a fucking fat person, an amputee. You know what I mean? There's like a prosthetic leg.
Okay.
But these are cartoons, like very 2D minimalist cartoons. So it's so forced. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like how
was there a wheelchair too?
If I have a prosthetic leg, I'm not like, I sure wish that Instagram would be more inclusive and put more things with people with a prosthetic leg in their fucking weird, come check out our vaccine fucking information thing. Right. And it flat out says like, to help everybody to make sure that they get vaccinated. And then it said, so that we can continue, and they're all dancing, so that we can start to dance again.
Even the amputee.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like it's a whole fucking thing, dude. But so that we can dance together again. So Instagram wants to make sure that you get vaccinated so that you can get your freedom back
and go dance with people.
This is the thing. First off, if you're stopping dancing because the government makes you scared, that's the fucking problem. This is the thing that I talked about with this COVID vaccine passport. That's the scary thing is they act like they get to give this back to us. Oh, here's your right to open your business. No, bitch. Like you took it And like now I'm deciding I don't even respect your right to do that.
Right.
This isn't yours to give back, my right to go out and meet with friends and to dance and to touch people and to fuck strangers.
Go on a plane again, neat.
Can fuck amputees or whatever it was they're trying to tell us we're supposed to do. Like whatever you gotta do, go out and do it. You know what I mean?
Pop that arm off.
For real though, like the CDC literally posted guidelines saying that they now say that what is it? That vaccinated people are allowed to travel if they wear masks still. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Who is not traveling? You know what I mean? Like, you still could. There was no law. Like, if I was like, this isn't your thing to take away. And it certainly isn't your thing to fucking give back. People don't understand this. Like, CDC says you can have sex with chicks again. Andy, what do you think about that?
I mean,
oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Across town, there's a bunch of horny single sluts just waiting for me to call. Like, why hasn't Andy called? COVID is awful.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean, though? You'd be like, well, wait a minute. Was I supposed to stop fucking chicks this whole time? The whole time? Like, this isn't yours to take away from me. Hey, let's all get vaccinated so that you can open your fucking restaurant and feed your family again, make money and make a living and pay your bills. Oh, okay. But you told me I can't. You took that away from me. This isn't everyone else now. So now what it does, it focuses all of that attention from the massive failure of the lockdowns, all of the negative impact of that. And now it's going to say, let's open up again. But we're not going to be able to because of these people that don't trust this vaccine. And it's going to take all of that damage and all of the stress and people wanting to open, and it's going to focus it on those people. That's what this mechanism is.
Then we just buy a plot of land in Montana and live out the rest of our days.
That's where we have sex with chicks.
With COVID.
I get COVID twice a year.
I can't breathe, but I'm fucking. Look, I'm the guy from Thin Lizzy. Oh, fucking COVID. Sorry. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's the world I want to live in someday. What one, Randy? You know, the one with Phil Lynott in Montana.
So, we got to wrap up soon. We're going to do a read quick.
What are we wrapping this up? Are you doing a what? A read? What? Like that one, like where you talking about
SDWildlife.com.
Oh, yeah.
Sasquatch Dongs Wildlife.
I am wearing Bigfoot, but it's not Kevin's. Sorry. It's Colorado.
SDWildlife.com. Use codename Randy. He's got Sasquatch gear. He's got all sorts of other gear, shirts, hats, all the goodies. Some of Randy's designs are on there. We are going to have Andy's buffalo thing at some point there as well. So keep an eye on SDWildlife.com. Codename Randy. 15% off.
Use it at checkout.
Use it at checkout.
And the savings go on to you.
We will eventually be having to do more ad reads a little bit, but they'll be good products or funny shit. I think we're gonna probably get sponsored by a fun conspiracy theory board game once we check it out.
Can't wait to fucking.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. We're gonna have to have a game.
And so sit tight on that until we announce it because you guys will get a pretty good discount.
Look at us now, Ma.
Yeah.
Free board games.
Yeah. Now we're swimming in it. And you thought I was a fucking failure.
How many did they send you? Just the one.
Yeah, well, Tyler has his podcast now, and it seems to be going well. They get some money when people buy board games about 9/11 or whatever. Yeah.
And then something about patches? I don't know.
I think he tried to get an entire segment of the population who likes a certain band smited from the earth. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I think he's doing pretty well. Its head seems in the right place.
Tries to feed people peanut butter whenever they see him.
Whenever they get
right
sick.
Off the bat. I don't know why. It's like, hi, my name is Tyler. Would you like to eat some peanut butter?
Oh, no? Oh, well, now I'm a bit suspicious of your genetic capabilities.
That's me turning around. You're not eligible for Thunderdome.
Actually, I had both my kids together this weekend, and it is crazy. I got to thinking about eugenics.
Okay.
Now, this is everybody's butthole clams up. Eugenics gets a bad rap because it's like, people think it's like killing people who don't qualify genetically or a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. Genetics is more like just maybe like, let's talk about it in the framing of just like breeding on purpose. Kind of like, you know what I mean, for traits like how Yao Ming was created, if you will. Yao Ming, the giant 7'5", 7'5", 7'6" basketball player from China. His parents were kind of just set up together, kind of.
How huge were they?
I think even the mom was like 6'7".
Ooh.
Yeah, and the dad was like 6'10". Height is one of those things that's interesting when you look into some of the like older theories about how there used to be giants and shit like that. Mm-hmm. height moves the needle very quickly. If you put two even reasonably tall parents together, the kid just like it goes so fast. And so like it's one of the traits genetically that moves forward like very, very, very easy. A tall father or a tall mother, you can usually have tall kids. And if they're both tall, Jesus, all bets are off.
Cool.
So I just think that, guys, as tall folks out there, guys, quit fucking those short girls. Find yourself a nice tall one. And we need some 8 foot tall people.
How tall is Megan?
She's a short girl.
Yeah, you screwed that one up. But you're like, hey, listen, don't do what I
That's what I'm saying. I was like, my children are enormous thanks to me.
While all us normal folk will just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, you guys just keep churning out average, uninteresting children, and we're gonna eventually have 9 foot tall kids.
Hey, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you one of those short, uninteresting people?
Because I think we could get back to like the giants of the Bible within like a couple hundred years if we tried hard enough. And I'm not saying that's all that has to be, but I'm saying like, you know,
like lions and
listen,
shit.
if you're over 6'4", just maybe raise your height standard a little bit because you might have some like weird circus freak babies.
Right. If you're under 6 foot, just swipe left.
Yeah.
You might as well just swipe left.
Always says some like 5'3", 240-pound broad.
Also, not here for any hookups on this hookup site.
This is a hookup website. I'm not here for hookups.
This isn't what I'm here for, though.
I'm here for.
I'm
only on Tinder for long-term relationships.
I also have 3 babies that are the center of my world. Oh God, fucking Tinder.
Yeah.
Where were you? Did you even?
No, I was saying. Basically, my note
Go
was.
fuck tall chicks.
My note was tall people need to fuck more. Because I think it would be cool. No, look at what happened to dogs. All dogs come from a single origin, the wolf. Mm-hmm. All dogs. That didn't take very long either.
Now we got like,
I mean, literally, my dog Fletch and a little pug has the same genetic origin.
Mm-hmm. That's weird.
This is the same. This is like the same species, right? Where they just bred it down into some. Like this is fucking crazy.
You got Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, me and you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what it is.
You want to make a baby? Hey. See how weird it gets?
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
Can I let me put a baby in you, Andy?
Can we sperm in a cup and mix it together?
I think that's how babies are made. I'm not sure.
Do you think it gets a little bit of everybody?
Yeah, I think it's hey! You got to use an extra. You got to use a whisk.
It's like huge like you, but neurotic like me. Like I don't want to pick up the barbell; it might hurt.
Don't whisk it too hard; it'll get frothy, and it'll turn into butter or whatever cream.
They put it in Cadbury eggs.
I saw a meme today that it was a fake tweet from Pfizer, and it says, "Haha, April Fools, we put jizz in all the vaccines." Which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you got your Fauci ouchie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, by the way, I'm gonna sign off. I want you to do a little research into Dr. Fauci's great work during the AIDS crisis. Just so you know. So do a little bit of research into that. We're gonna talk about that a little bit next week. I gotta send Andy some information. But yeah, Dr. Fauci and his great work during the AIDS thing, and you'll see some correlations between his handling of COVID stuff. He's a crook. Fuck that guy.
Interesting.
Fuck that guy, Andy.
Okay.
Your hero. We're burying your hero tomorrow.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Don't bury Bernie though. Fuck Fauci.
Do you think the Bernie thing did the Bernie thing didn't bury you? Maybe you got tricked?
I'm keeping hope alive for him.
Yeah. There's no reason to. He won't do anything anymore politically.
No, I know.
So
he's too old.
So you might as well just preserve that memory and be like, oh, he seemed nice, and then
he's
let
now
it go.
like Betty White.
Yeah.
You just don't want him to die, but they're not really offering.
They don't do anything.
They're just like, oh, you're still here? Good.
Yeah, people like talk about Betty White like she's super nice and awesome. Like, she's not doing anything. What are you talking about? It's like the Keanu Reeves stuff to me. Oh, people just project this onto a person and make them fit that category.
Which is like
Betty White's probably like marginally interesting. And they're like, she's the baddest bitch. I was like, okay, sure, guys. I'm sure she's awesome.
Do you party with Betty White a lot?
Yeah.
Do ya? Well, Ryan Reynolds likes her. Ryan Reynolds likes everybody.
Yeah.
Probably not us, though.
Not for long. Not for long, Ryan.
We're coming for you, Ryan.
I'm trying to think of what else we got to hustle. We have I didn't even bring any of the stuff up. We're probably going to do another episode tomorrow or Wednesday. So, yeah.
I keep on forgetting it's fucking Monday, not Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm all fucked up. Yeah. We'll do episodes.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Make sure you follow @ConspiracyRandy on Instagram. What's yours?
I'm at Skinny Idiot Studios.
And I am @Tyler F. and Seller on Instagram. Thanks for listening, everybody.